My boyfriend, Nick, has finally returned after a decade-long battle in the South. I'm overjoyed when he tells me he'll marry me and make me his Luna. At that moment, I feel like I've finally found my home. But after getting pregnant, I accidentally come across a treasure trove of videos of him and my best friend, Sherry, in bed together. His journal also details his love for her. I log into his extra WhatsApp account. Sherry has already blocked his number, but he still sends her messages of love, confession videos, words, and voice messages. I head to the hospital for a prenatal checkup. That's where I see my alpha, Nick, getting on one knee before Sherry with a bouquet in one hand and his family heirloom, a moonstone necklace, in the other. He proposes to her. I gave up on my dream to conquer the southern Pax to return and see you, Sherry. I only have one goal, to marry you. Our child can't be without a father, and I'll mark you once you say yes. I'll make you my Luna, he says. I turn away and make an appointment for an abortion. Then, I leave. Unexpectedly, he abandons Sherry and their child to come after me like a madman. After 10 years of war in the Southern Territory, my boyfriend Nick finally returned. When he said he wanted to marry me, my heart raced with excitement. At that moment, I thought I had finally found my place in the world. However, after becoming pregnant, I accidentally discovered a full terabyte of intimate videos featuring him and my best friend, Sherry, on his computer, along with his journal filled with declarations of love for her. Then, I checked his secondary WhatsApp account. Although Sherry had already blocked him, he still sent her love messages, confession videos, and voice recordings. I completely lost it and confronted him, which led to a huge argument. After that, I left home, hoping to make him understand my anger and devastation. When I went to the hospital for a prenatal checkup, I saw Nick down on one knee in the hospital lobby, holding roses. For a moment, I thought he was begging for my forgiveness. In that instant, a spark of happiness flickered in my heart. If Nick had indeed ended things with Sherry, I was truly willing to forgive him since I was also carrying his child. After all, those intimate videos and messages were in the past. I could not let old wounds ruin our future, especially now that Nick was standing there with flowers and a gift box, looking at me with such determination. This was the proposal I had dreamed of for 10 years. He said, "Marry me, be my Luna, and let me be the father of our child." I smiled and took a step forward, already imagining our reconciliation. I even planned the perfect candlelit dinner at Moonlight Restaurant to celebrate. However, his next words stopped me in my tracks. "Will you, Sherry?" I found myself lost in the crowd of onlookers while Sherry stood at the center, one hand on her belly as she reached out to take his flowers. Her face was glowing with happiness. I stood frozen, suffocating in my own humiliation. Just seconds ago, I had been stupid enough to believe he was proposing to me. Nick stood up, gently embracing Sherry from behind. Then, he tenderly brushed aside her long hair to place his family's heirloom moonstone necklace around her neck. Sherry turned her head to kiss him, and they kissed so passionately that the sounds were audible to everyone nearby. The crowd applauded, some even wiping away tears. I felt a sharp pain in my belly, and I nearly collapsed. However, I managed to find the obstetrician, schedule an abortion appointment, and leave. This would be my second time losing a child. I had been pregnant once before, 3 years ago. However, Nick was still at war, conquering the Southern Pax. He said that my pregnancy would interfere with his grand ambitions since he could not divide his attention to care for me. So, he had asked me to abort the child. He had assured me, "Don't worry, we're young and healthy, we can always have another baby later." I told him that werewolves were not supposed to terminate their pregnancies and that the moon goddess would punish us. Yet, he was unfazed. He simply replied, "I don't care about the moon goddess. I'm the alpha, and if I say get rid of it, you get rid of it."